Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. As you probably notice, I have some more blonde in my hair. I got some more highlights in a few days ago and I am loving the lighter color for the summertime. So in today's video, we are going to be talking about creative ways that I have made money in the past and just ways that I've made money throughout the 23 years of my life. So this video was inspired by Renee Amberg here on YouTube. She did a video just like this where she talked about all the jobs she had and basically her resume leading up to her now as a 23-year-old. And I love her channel. She talks a lot about the law of attraction. So she inspired me to make my own version of this video. And if you're new on my channel, I talk a lot about money and saving money and stuff like that. Not because I think money is everything, but because I think money gives you the freedom to live the life that you want. And the more money that you have, the more flexibility you have in your life. You don't feel like you owe anything to anybody. You work for yourself. It just makes life better for you. So that's why I always try and encourage you guys to save more money, make more money so that you can live your best life. So we are going to be throwing it back to when I was 12 years old and starting out in my very first job, which was babysitting. I took a babysitting course and then some of my mom's friends who had little kids asked her if I would babysit for them, and I absolutely love kids. I always have. So this was like the best job for me. I was making like $7 an hour, I think, just to hang out with little kids. So it was a pretty sweet job. And I was also doing pet sitting, which is a great job to do even now. Like, people are always traveling, going away, and they need reliable people to look after their pets. I think this would be a great business idea if you guys are interested. Like, pass out some flyers around your community. Say if anybody is going away traveling, I would gladly take care of your animals. This is a great job if you're an animal lover. So when I was 14, I got into modeling and I did a couple shoots, and I also was an extra on a TV show. So this gave me a little bit of money. Definitely not too much, but I was being paid $12 an hour. So at this point, I was thinking I was just like raking in the cash, and the days were really long. Like, you had to be on set for 12 hours at a time. So 12 hours and $12 an hour, like, that's pretty good for being 14 years old. When I was 16, I got my real first like steady job, I guess you could say, and I worked at a specialty grocery store called Pete's Fruitique that was in my area. I really like this because I felt like I had like a schedule. I was working 20 hours a week while I was in high school, so this made me feel like pretty important, and I had like all of my money, and that's when my money saving interest like first came to be, because I was saving for my first year of university, which was in Toronto. And also during this time I was selling my extra clothes, so I was definitely not a minimalist at this time, and I had so many extra clothes and accessories, and I was gathering all of these up and taking them to consignment shops where they would sell them for me, and then I would get a little bit of the extra money. So this is what I did for the majority of my high school career. When I was 19, this was the summer after my first year of university when I decided I wanted to go into social work. So I applied for a job helping kids that had come in contact with the law. So basically what I would do is organize like community service and stuff like that, because the kids were really young who had, you know, broken the law. They didn't have to do like jail time or anything like that. They just had to do community service. So I would meet with them, organize these community service hours, and sometimes we would do little sessions where, say if the young person had stolen from somebody, then they would meet with the person that they stole from, and we would have a little meeting and kind of try and clear the air. It would be a chance to apologize, and this was a really interesting job. I really enjoyed this because it really introduced me to social work as a career. When I was 20, in my second year of university, I got a job at Levi & Rose, which is a Canadian store that sells like sleepwear and lingerie and stuff like that. I worked there for about 2 years and I liked it, but I found retail to be just like a little bit boring. There was a lot of like standing around if there was nobody to help. It was good for the time that I was there, but I'm glad I'm not working in retail anymore. For the next 2 summers, when I was 20 and 21, I worked as a summer day camp leader. This was a really great job. I loved spending time with kids basically every day all summer. summer, there was 5 of us day camp leaders, and sometimes we had like 40 children, and basically all day, every day, we just played games, we had water fights, and we went on field trips. This was kind of where I realized that if I do go into working in social work full time, I really want to work with kids because I find kids to be so refreshing and they really bring out my creative side. So that's why I really enjoyed my job as a day camp leader. This summer where I was a day camp leader at age 21 is when I really discovered my interest in baking and making cool creations with cupcakes and cakes, and I was following a whole bunch of bakeries on Pinterest, and I really wanted to try this out myself. And when I felt like I got good enough, I started offering my cakes and cupcakes for order to my friends and family, and they started paying me to make stuff for them. That's where I kind of turned my own little hobby into a business, and Christina's Cake Shop was born from there. So that is another way that I've been making money over the past few years. It's been a great way to, yeah, just turn my hobby into a way for me to make money. So this brings us to my last job, which is the one that I have right now when I'm 23 years old, and I am a waitress at a sushi restaurant. This probably doesn't sound super glamorous, but it's honestly one of my favorite jobs that I've had, just because the scheduling is super easy. If you ever can't work, you don't have to. So you sort of like pick your own hours, and I find the tips is a great way to supplement my income. Like honestly, my one piece of advice, I wish I would have started waitressing earlier because I was really scared of it when I was younger. I was like, oh, I don't know if I can handle all the pressure. I don't know if I can do it. But honestly, waitressing has given me so much more money because what you make hourly, you pretty much double that in tips. So for instance, if I work a 10-hour day and I make $100 because I make $10 an hour, I usually get like over $200 for that day with tips alone. So this is a great way to make a little bit of extra money. Even if you have a normal 9-to-5 job, but you're looking for a little side hustle, definitely try waitressing just in the evenings and on the weekends because you will make so much extra cash. So that is going to be it for today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it and that you found it interesting, and maybe it even inspired you to find some new ways to get some more cash into your life, maybe start a little side hustle with some of the things that I mentioned in this video. If you liked it, please do not forget to hit the red subscribe button and also the notification bell so that you will get a message every time I upload a new video. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram if you're interested, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye! This is a great job if you love animals. That was a weird way I said that. It's a great job if you... I'll say that again so maybe you can... This is a great job if you're an animal lover. Was that better? Yeah.